Hey everybody, Ryan Melville with ArizonaShortSaleBlog.com. We're sitting here with the three amigos. Hey, we should coin that phrase.
I
a
think
good
it's
one.
been taken.
Damn.
Yeah, I think that one's done.
All right. Well, we're sitting here.
Three Musketeers? No.
Yeah.
No.
Is that what it is?
No,
There
that
we
one's
go.
done. That one's done too.
All right. Well.
We're out.
Oh well. We want to talk here a little bit about something that Adam got to experience last week, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Daryl and I were sitting here in Phoenix, actually Tempe, and sitting in our office every day. And where were you?
I was in Austin, Texas at
Oh,
Mega Agent
rodeo.
Camp.
Oh,
Yeah, I was at a rodeo.
cool.
That's
That
what I
was
do on the
Mega
off
Agent
season.
Camp. So, what is Mega Agent Camp?
It's just the top agents around the United States come. I think there were 10,000 agents. It was pretty amazing. Got
It's-
a lot of new ideas.
It's
new
put on by
implementations.
Keller Williams,
Mhm.
right? It's facilitated, but you don't have to be a Keller Williams agent. I'm sure you ran into a couple
Right.
that were maybe with Remax or
Yeah,
Century
even some of the
21.
people who spoke, they weren't all Keller Williams. That's
That's
what I
awesome.
applaud Gary Keller for getting people for top agents from other companies to come present at these.
And you'll see that as we go on in this blog. We're sure to have other agents that are out
Mhm.
there, and they are essentially are the competition, but they're also our coworkers and
Yeah.
our partners in this, because it's one big pie that we're dealing with, and it's good to have some collaboration from other agents who may not see the same things that we see. So,
Yeah.
but let's get into some things that you learned while out there, and I know just letting this out there, you were there the year before.
Yes.
Daryl was out there the year before. I have yet to go, and I guess it's my turn next year, huh, guys?
Yeah. I'll be there next year too. I will not miss a Mega.
So I think
Agent
next
Camp.
year all three of us have to go,
Yeah, buddy.
right?
Yeah, we'll film something there.
So let's talk about maybe what Daryl saw back in '09, and then now how that has shifted in just one short year on what Adam saw this year, and then we can go from there. So let's talk a little bit about '09. What happened? What did you see, and what they predict?
Well, in '09, the focus was more on REO listings, how to
Yeah.
get REO listings, and how to work the REO market. And you know, '09, as far as short sales, you know, it was only a year ago, but might as well have been, you know, 5 or 10 years ago.
Sure.
It's completely
agree.
different. What were they focusing on this year?
Short sales. I mean, it was short sales, but then at the same time, it was okay. So we have this distressed market. How do you capitalize on this distressed market? How do you continue to build your business, help your clients out, even when times are tough, people are down. Even buyers are hesitant, although it's the greatest market in the nation's history.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of that. There was actually a short sale panel that was put on. One of the guys, a friend of mine, Brian Gubernick, he said something that really stuck with me.
I like this. Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
thing was about mindset as
Yeah.
far as short sales go. And I mean, would you not agree if you have the right mindset, you're going to get the deal done.
Yeah.
You're going to find a way. There's no such thing as how if you know why.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of what they talked about too. Is there were some top short sale agents. Jeff Payne was one of them. He's out in Florida, and Brian said, "I never punt on 4th and 1."
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you who don't follow football at all, obviously punting, if you only have 1 yard to go to get another first down, punting is a safer route
A
because
conservative coach would punt.
a conservative
Fourth
coach
and
would
inches
punt.
are going to punt, regardless. Oh, I don't like to say regardless, but almost regardless of field position. They're either going
Right.
to punt or they're going to kick a field goal instead of trying to put it through for 7.
Yeah, and that's the thing is with short sales, I can't tell you how many times agents have come this close to finishing, and then they hear a no and they go, ah, crap,
And they stop.
and they're done.
Yeah.
I mean,
Move on to the next one because they just got a new listing last week. and
exactly.
Let's just try to get this one closed.
It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do your clients any good. It hurts everybody in the transaction. And I mean, for me, I'm competitive. I'm
Yeah.
competitive against you guys. I'm just a competitive person.
Yep. And
I don't
sharing
like
at the
to
same
lose.
time. This guy shares too. He's
Well, that's
he's a
the thing
tremendous
is-
sharing person.
I mean, I see, you guys. I'm competitive against you. We're not competing against the same listings. The chances of our paths ever crossing, there's so many short sales out there.
Sure. And this is why you can see like when NBA players or basketball, football players at the end of the game, when that bell goes off or whatever
Mhm.
sounds the end of the game, that they're at the middle of the field huddling up and praying together, doing whatever they do, shaking hands.
Yeah.
But it's it's the
Competitive.
game that they're in. They're competing, and they're not friends. They hate each other on the field. They'll push, they'll shove, they'll spit, kick. But at the end of the game, end of the day, they're gonna probably text each other at the end. And,
Well, and that competitive nature, that drive to not lose. If I
Yeah.
lose a house to foreclosure, I literally will lose sleep over it.
Sure.
And Brian Gubernick was saying the same thing. Is that's why he never punts on 4th and 1. That's why I can go up to CEO levels and banks and investors and MI companies and working like crazy for that. It's because I never punt on 4th and 1.
And another thing that with that to go on with that is that there is no second chance when it goes to foreclosure. I mean, there's that rare case where it can get rescinded.
I did get one rescinded.
Stuff like that. But when they call it at the auction house and it gets bought or what goes back to the bank as an REO, there is no playing defense to get the ball back and try it over again. I mean,
Game
you have
over.
you have one shot to get from this point to this point. And if you at all give up in the middle, you might as well just go home, go to
Yeah.
the shower,
Yep.
locker room, wash up, and head home.
And that's basically what they talked about. And I mean, we're seeing that a lot in the market now. Is that agents? It's not easy to close a short sale.
No.
I never have said it's easy to close a short sale. It's definitely worth it to close a short sale, and it sure feels good for everyone involved. But that's what's happening right now in the market. I had this deal. It was a land transaction. We had been working on this land transaction for over a year. And the reason being is because weird things would come up. We had 7 different approvals. 7 different approval letters.
It's a short sale.
This is a short sale.
Okay.
7 different approval letters on the same $60,000 piece of
Approval
land.
letter from the seller's lender.
From the seller's lender saying they approve the short sale, go ahead and close escrow.
Okay.
Well, the first time the buyers canceled or didn't cancel, but they countered us back after the approval and said, "Hey, we want it for $20,000 less." It's actually $23,000
Now,
less.
how long did this take before you got the first
That one took
approval?
4 months.
Okay, so in that 4 months, do you agree with the buyer? So there you go. So
Absolutely.
what if the bank would have made that decision maybe the first 10 days, first
Yeah,
month?
then
They
would
probably would have cut the
Yeah.
loss right from the beginning.
especially on land because land was dropping
Oh,
so rapidly
gosh.
because no one could get loans.
It just dropped right now between you just saying that.
Yeah,
It just dropped.
I
like
mean,
a grand.
that's what's happening in land because
Yeah.
no one can get financing for it. To make a really long story short, because obviously it was a long transaction, even down to we got the price, we got the approval again. Well, then the name didn't match up perfectly on. This guy was using IRA money. He had some a retirement account that he was
Good
using.
buddy
the money.
Ira.
Yeah, his good buddy Ira.
Yeah.
So he was using that, so he had to have it specifically on the approval letter. Well, that took me 4 different approval letters to get that one aspect right. So the point of the story is I could have given up multiple times
Oh, yeah.
throughout that transaction. My sellers, honestly, they gave up caring about 6 months into it, and they just said, "Hey, whatever you can do, we'd appreciate it. You've already worked like crazy." She was actually really upset about the amount of money I didn't make on the deal.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, look, it has nothing to do with the amount of money I make on this deal. It has everything to do with what I was able to do for those people. And the buyers included. I mean, the buyers are extremely happy. The buyer's agent was happy. I was happy. It was finally done. We worked like crazy for it. But that's my point of this
You
entire
didn't give
video.
up. 7 of them.
Never.
Can I just ask you this question? From the first one, give us a ballpark on price. Where were you at? What were you going to bring to the bank at the first stage?
The first stage was 89.9.
Okay, so 90,000. Where are we at 7 approvals later?
We sold it for 58.9.
There you go. You want to end it there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's it. I mean, that's crazy. Just multiply that by thousands and thousands of homes that this is happening to.
Yeah.
That they're taking forever. And I don't know,
And so many agents would just say, "Okay, I give up."
Yeah.
After that first one, they're like, "Oh, guess what? Guess I lost."
yeah,
Really? You don't lose anything. Just keep going.
yeah.
So that's just how. And I know the Adam Lee team. That's how we do it.
That's
I
how
know
you
you
roll.
guys are no different.
We all grind it out too.
There's no such thing as giving up.
Yep, so, is that good?
That works.
That's good.
for
Let's wrap
us,
it up.
yeah.
All right, guys.
Thanks.
All right.